What's going on, guys? Says coming at you with a new video, and today I want to showcase my Cyber Dragon deck profile. Now this deck does include the new cards from Cybernetic Horizon. Now in the main deck I am only missing one card, so I really want to apologize for that, but I'm going to explain which card it is when I get into the deck profile. And I'm going to have the cards all laid out, and I'm going to explain each effect and each card's importance in the deck, and just basically just talk a little bit about Cyber Dragons and how their playstyle usually goes. So without further ado, let's get into it. So Cyber Dragons are one of my favorite decks of all time because of just their artwork and just their incredible OTK potential and their ability to just wipe boards completely clear or just take out boss monsters like it's breakfast. So let's talk a little about the deck profile, and I'm going to talk a little bit about each monster one by one. So obviously you want to play triple Cyber Dragon because he is the heart and soul of the deck. He's mainly a monster you always want to go second with this deck, so he's a free special summon. Next you want to play Cyber Dragon Core, 3 of them of course, because this card lets you add any cyber spell or trap from your deck to your hand, and I'm gonna showcase those a little bit about later. And he has a second ability where you can banish them from the graveyard if you control no monsters and your opponent does, to special summon a Cyber Dragon from the deck. Now for the newest edition, and I am missing one of this card, unfortunately I wasn't able to get it, but during testing I found out that he is a definite 3 of, that is Cyber Dragon Hertz. He is a level 1 100 attack Cyber Dragon who has 2 effects. When he's sent to the graveyard, you can add one other Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So if you pitch him from Galaxy Soldier, you can add a Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So he has that really awesome ability where him and Galaxy Soldier is an instant 2-card infinity, and I'll explain a little bit about that later. But he is a definite 3 of, and he has that second effect which you don't really use as much, but is when he's special summon, he becomes a level 5 pretty much. So he's just easier to, like, with Cyber Rev system, if you could special summon him, like, it's easier to go into plays with Cyber Dragon. So moving on, probably what is my newest favorite Cyber Dragon, honestly, is Cyber Dragon Veer. And Cyber Dragon Veer unfortunately replaced Cyber Dragon Dry, because I feel that Dry, being a normal summon 1800 body that just makes himself level 5, doesn't really do enough for the deck. But Cyber Dragon Veer has this awesome effect where if a Cyber Dragon is normal or special summon, and all these guys count as Cyber Dragons were on the field or in the grave. So if you normal Veer, you could special Veer from your hand in defense. If you normal or hurts, you can special Veer. So as long as a Cyber Dragon is normal or special summon and you have this guy in hand, you can special summon him. So you could normal summon a Veer and then special summon a Veer because he counts as Cyber Dragon on the field and graveyard. And this is pretty much all the Cyber Dragons I run. I cut Dry because I just didn't really see his importance in the deck and how I want to play the deck. And the way I play the deck is the Overload Fusion build, or if you go Seeger and Chimera Tech Rampage and you try to OTK that way. If not, you mainly go into more link plays, or more it's more catered towards Seeger and doing damage like that, OTKing like that, because Cyber Dragon is a very aggressive deck and you kind of want to OTK with it all the time. So moving on from all the other cards that aren't Cyber Dragon is 3 Galaxy Soldier, and Galaxy Soldier is a staple in Cyber Dragon because he just makes infinity. Galaxy Soldier and Hertz is just, these two together is just an instant infinity, because Galaxy Soldier will ditch Hertz. You can make these either Chain Link to protect Galaxy Soldier. I usually make this Chain Link 1 and Chain Link 2. So he'll add you a Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and Galaxy Soldier will add you another Galaxy Soldier, therefore making the infinity play that much easier. And you're going to be able to put 2 Cyber Dragons in your graveyard for Overload Fusion plays later. Now for my personal favorite out of all the cards, like, that isn't a Cyber Dragon but is a light machine, is Cyber Elton. And Cyber Elton is a complete board wipe monster. Usually he's your Hail Mary, so like once like the game is close to ending or you want to push for game, you have to, unfortunately, to special summon, you have to banish all light machine monsters you control or that are in your grave. So most of the time all these guys are going to be gone because you'll search him more towards late game. You'll never really want to go into him early game. And he pretty much sends all their cards to the graveyard, and he gains 500 for each card sent. So for example, if I only had 2 Cyber Dragons and I have to banish those Cyber Dragons, or I have 2 light machines, so let's say I have a Galaxy Soldier and a Cyber Dragon, I can special this by banishing them both, and he pretty much wipes the board clean. And he's only at 1000 attack, but still that is such a, it's like Regeki on legs that could attack. That's really good. Next, I only play 1 Yugioh because you can search him in this deck, and he is a light machine for contact fusing plays. Cyber Repair Plant searches this thing really easily, and Cyber Dragon Core gets you to Cyber Repair Plant. So I just feel that running 1 of him is just really easy in this deck. So that's pretty much it for all the light machine type monsters. Let's talk a little bit about the hand traps. So for the hand traps, pretty standard. You play 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring because, again, it pretty much hits almost every deck. It's very generic. It's like a very good hand trap, and if you can't afford them, I recommend DD Crows or other things like that. Maybe Skullmeisters, but if you can get your hands on Ash Blossoms, buy Ash Blossoms. Effect Vader I played at 3 because as Cyber Dragons, you want to have something. You want to have something on the field, like for your opponent. You don't want to get rid of a monster. You kind of you want to keep it there so you can special summon your Cyber Dragon next turn. Just kind of going off that, you want to go second ideology. And finally, you play 2 Ghost Ogres. And what I really only hit with Ghost Ogres are like problematic boss monsters that I can't deal with Cyber Dragons alone, or pretty much field spells that I don't want to deal with or I don't want to waste an Ash Blossom on. So pretty much, and the good thing about Effect Veiler and Ghost Ogre, you can discard them using Galaxy Soldier's effect. Galaxy Soldier, when you can discard a light monster to special summon it, and when you special summon, you get to add another Galaxy Soldier. So being able to discard these is pretty easy. Now let's talk a little bit about the spells. So for the spells, you play 2 Pot of Desires, and this card is just absolutely amazing. Rhoda's at 1, but we as Cyber Dragon players, we have Cyber Emergency at 3, and it's basically a Rhoda for Cyber Dragons. You can add 1 light machine monster that can't be normal summon or set, so pretty much Cyber Eltonin. This searches Cyber Eltonin, which is awesome. So if you ever need Cyber Eltonin, Cyber Emergency will just get you there, and Cyber Dragon Core can add you Cyber Emergency when he's normal summon, so that's just awesome. But the second effect is, well, you can also add any Cyber Dragon monsters, so being able to add Hertz, Cyber Dragon, any Cyber Dragon you really need, that's what Cyber Emergency is there for. And the reason I cut Dre is because Cyber Dragon Core can get you to this, and this can get you to any other Cyber Dragon. And if you use this to go into Core, you can just add a Cyber Repair Plan or anything to just continue your play. So that's one of the reasons I really didn't see it like Dry is useful anymore. And then if this card is negated, you can discard a card and pretty much add it back to your hand. So moving on to other cards that you can search with Dry, Cyber Repair Plan. If you have a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard, depending on how many, first effect, if you have 1, you can add 1 Light Machine monster from your deck to your hand, so you can add Yugioh. So Cyber Repair Plan, as long as you have a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard, it's live, so you'll be able to add like any Light Machine type monster. So you could even add Eltonin off Cyber Repair Plan or Cyber Emergency, your personal choice. And if you have 3 Cyber Dragons, you can target 1 Light Machine type. And then if you have 3 Cyber Dragons, 3 or more Cyber Dragons in your graveyard, you can use the first effect, which is add 1 Light Machine type monster from your deck to your hand. And you can target 1 Light Machine type monster in your graveyard and then shuffle that target into the deck. So you can pretty much, if you need a Cyber Dragon in your deck for any reason, you just shuffle it back into the deck if you have 3 or more Cyber Dragons. Most of the time I really don't find myself using that one, but the first effect is just awesome because you're pretty much able, it's like playing 5 Rhodas as long as you have a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard. Now Cyber Rev System, I unfortunately only played at 2, not because I wasn't able to get the 3rd one. I was able to get the 3rd one, but I felt that it is reasonable at 2 because in the unfortunate cause that your opponent makes you go first, this isn't a card you want to draw multiples of if you don't have as many Cyber Dragons in your hand. This card is mainly something you want to search off Core to just, if you went into a Seeger play or if you went into something, this will get you to infinity a little bit easier. And most of the time I found myself linking away Seeger and just reviving Seeger with this, because Seeger being able to boost himself up to 4200 and then having the protection of Cyber Rev System that protects it from card effects. So like so its effect is special summon with Cyber Dragon from your hand or graveyard, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. So Seeger being able to boost itself up to 42 and having the protection of Cyber Rev System just makes it for like the ultimate boss monster. Next, 2 Instant Fusion, because Panzer Dragon and Thousand Eyes restrict. And finally, Overload Fusion and Regeki. Regeki, no need to explain it. Overload Fusion is because the way I want to play this deck is I want to make Seeger and Rampage Dragon first turn, because Seeger is able to boost Rampage to 4200 and then he's able to attack 3 times by sending Cyber Dragons to the graveyard. I didn't opt for the Machine Duplication play because I feel like drawing Machine Duplication going later into the duel is just not really what Cyber Dragons want to do. Cyber Dragons want to OT care, they want to maintain control, and Machine Duplication only helps you maintain control. Now, it is a lot more consistent and I do recommend you guys try it out, but it just isn't the build that I want to do. Machine Duplication isn't like personally one of my favorite cards for Cyber Dragons, because although we do have more targets now and we do have a Rhoda which we can search those targets, I really don't prefer it in my personal Cyber Dragon build. But that's just me. Feel free to play whatever you want. Let's talk a little bit about the extra deck. So for the extra deck, I just want to point out again, I am missing 2 cards, and one of them is Cyber Dragon Seeger, and one of them is Rampage, Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. I do have 1 Seeger, so I have been able to play test with it, and I've kind of see how it works, but I recommend having 2. So let's talk a bit about the extra deck. I always recommend to have a token because it always comes up. Cyber Dragon Infinity and 2 Nova. So 2 Nova, 2 Infinity. Infinity is one of the best boss monsters because you can pretty much negate spells. You can negate activations or effects. So he's like pretty much an Omni negate. He's just absolutely awesome. I kind of wish he had more attack, but that's just unfortunate for Infinity, but he does have the effect. His first effect is where you can target attack position monster and equip it to this card as the as XE material, and he gains 200 attack for each XE material. Usually when you summon him, you kind of have Cyber Dragon in the graveyard, so you use Nova's effect. He'll be at 2500 when he comes out, and you'll be able to take like a Cyber Dragon or one of your opponent's monsters, because you are going second, so your opponent should have monsters on the field. And Nova's effect, we really don't get into it, but the effect you use him for is you detach one to special summon a Cyber Dragon from your graveyard, since all of them count as Cyber Dragon in your graveyard. Next, we play one Linkuriboh, because it's going to seem more obvious in a few seconds, and double Seeger. I only unfortunately have one, but this weekend I will pick up two. I just wanted to get the deck profile out to you guys. One Underclock Taker, because being able to link away two Cyber Dragons, making Rampage Dragon, and doing damage that way. 3 attacks is just awesome. And next, double Rampage Dragon. Rampage Dragon has awesome effects. So first effect is depending on how many materials you use to summon them, you get to blow that many back row. So most of the time you're going to use 2 off Overload Fusion. So you'll be able to blow 2 back row, just when you summon. Next, you can send up to 2 Cyber Dragon monsters or 2 machine monsters from your deck to the graveyard, and he gains that many attacks. So if you send 2, he'll have 3 attacks at 2100 attack. And then him under Seeger is just is just so busted, because he'll be 4200 attack and he could attack 3 times, and that's basically what replaced Power Bond without necessarily replacing it in the deck. Cyber Dragon used to play Power Bond. It wasn't really consistent. People thought we needed a Power Bond searcher, but we just needed a way to get into this faster. So that's just my 2 cents on that. Next, Chimera Tech Mega Fleet, and this is basically Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon on steroids, because he pretty much will just contact fuse with the with monsters in the extra monster zone. So all you gotta do is say contact fuse, and the second you say contact fuse, that Crystal Wing or that U-Lock that they had is completely gone. And finally, for the last 2 we play, for the instant fusion targets, 1 Panzer Dragon, because it's a level 5 machine type monster, so it helps you go into Infinity easier, and Thousand Eyes Restrict, because you are going second. So being able to take an opponent's monster and then linking it away using Linkuriboh, linking away Thousand Eyes Restrict, of course, making Linkuriboh, it still gives you your arrow phase down, and you have some protection to whatever Linkuriboh or whatever's on the field for Linkuriboh. So, because sometimes a problem that you'll have is they'll just beat over Infinity, but having Linkuriboh and then Infinity right there is just, it just facilitates that. It just helps you from Infinity getting beaten down. So that pretty much wraps it up for the deck profile. Let me get in some final thoughts. So that has been my Cyber Dragon deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I was missing 3 cards, but I just wanted to get this deck profile out to you guys, because those 3 cards aren't really that important. You can pick those up at any time, but I just want to get this deck profile to explain my reasoning behind playing some cards, and to hopefully get you guys to try out this new build. It is personally my favorite Cyber Dragon build that I've ever done, because just the new support is just so good. Veer, he unfortunately is a common, but he is my new favorite Cyber Dragon. I just like the way the deck plays now. It is able to break boards a lot easier, and that's just the way Cyber Dragon plays. But that's enough for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Think about joining the Tier 0 family by hitting that subscribe button. Hope to see you guys next time. My name is Sesma, and I am out.